In this lecture, we will learn about the defect by how what are the defects and how we can overcome the defects, and who is the responsible people for making the defects means what you can reduce the quality when you have the more than number of defects that you get in the product, then your quality of the product goes down. Okay, and we need to try to improvise the quality. We always interested to improvise the quality, and for that one it is very important for us to maintain it means reduces the defect. Okay, so this is the main motive for just to manage the quality. Okay, so in this quality improvement, how to implement the quality, in that section we see the management of controllable defects. Now in which whether the who is control the defects, that is the one parameter, because the basic things we are just connect and we just hammer on the basic the what we call the base of it. Who is the person, who is the department is responsible for a particular case, and can is it controlled by that people or that particular department. Okay, when we talk about management of controllable defects, it means management can control the defects by just doing some improvisation and some supporting things, whether it is a technical one or it is a moral support, motivational support, and all. So this is very important, and we are learning these two types of the controllable defects. We can control the defects either with the help of the workers, operators, supervisors who is working in the industry, and the management who is how the management structure, okay, management body, and here who is always can control the defects by improvising the technology, by giving the support to the top the managers, by motivation to the people who is working in the organization, it means the employee. Okay, so let's see one by one what exactly it is mean by. So from the Juran is one of the person who is analyzed about the total quality management. He had wrote the different books, the different articles on the total quality management and how we can improvise the quality management in the any organization or industry. Okay, so after the analyzing the things, after the analytical by he just conclude the some parts of it, and in his conclusion he said that the maximum controllable defects it can be managed by our management, the top person who is leading the industry, who is leading the organization, or the body who is governing this organization. They are capable, or they have to take a certain decision so that they can control it. It means the maximum power to control the defects in the management's hand. Okay, so that is the conclusion of it. So Juran consider the defects to be operator controllable if the workers have working arrangements that enable them to meet the quality standard. This means what? A means of knowing what is expected of them. As we discussed in the last lecture too, that what do you expect from the worker, from the employee? The one thing that is the clear cut idea of the top management. Just like if it is a general manager, then he should know what is the role of, or what do you expect from the manager, plant manager, what do you expect from the worker who is working there, what do you expect from the supervisor who is supervising that plant. So that is to be clear, and that can be clear. Again, it is linked up with the vision and mission of it. It means we always have to link everything by the vision and mission, because properly we define what do mean by vision and mission means what is our objective. Just like we always, just like for example, when we talk about the Honda, it's a Japanese company, and they always look the quality. They are not compromising the quality. They can increase the prices of the goods, but at the same time they always give the superior quality of their goods. So vision and mission of it, what it give a good quality product to the customer so that they will satisfied. And for that one they are continuously doing research how we can make a good quality, better quality, and improvising the things. Okay, then the actual performance, what is their actual performance? Again we can know what to do, how to do all these things, actual performance of it, and the means of regulating their output to reach the conformance. Now this is very very important, as it if even this is very useful content for you if you become you will become a manager in future. Okay, so that time you should know what is the expected from your colleagues. Then see the actual performance of that colleague, and after that, one regulating the output. Does the work what he completed, or whatever the work we assigned to them, are they completed or not? Okay, so for that case, it is very very important that to output. Look at the output. Just like when I am, you are spending 1 hour for a lecture. What is the output from it? What do you get? It means just by just connecting the app and connecting the Google Classroom, and then it's okay. 1 hour we are spending over there. But is it? Does you get output from it? If you will get a output, then it will be the good thing, because something you utilize, whatever the 1 hour that you are spending, it will be useful for you. Otherwise it is a useless. Just like many times when we don't have a mood to read the books, or when we don't want to study, that time we just keep our book open and we just look at the book, but actually our mind is not reading the book. Our mind is go somewhere else. And in that case, when 1 hour the same position if you have, then what happened? The output is zero. You will not get anything from it. Even you can't read a single paragraph from the book, because you are not concentrating on it. Okay, so here always we take in terms of the output. Now let's look if any of these criteria have not been met. Now the criteria is what? The one thing, what is expected, what is the performance, and what is the output. It is from the what? The colleagues who is working with under you. Okay, now if these criteria have not been met, now if this is, you find that it is not completed, he is not giving the actual performance expectation, what we expected, he is not performing accordingly, so because of that one he will not give the output of it. Now who will control that part? Who will control that part? Okay, this is very important. Who will control? Now this is to be controlled by a management. Is it possible to control by the management? Then yes, there are the different methods to be used so that we can control that defects. Because if he's not giving a performance, just like I gave the example of our study, if for a 1 hour you just open the book and you're not read a single sentence, it means the output is zero. Now we need to find what is the reason behind it, why the person is just open the book and he's not reading anything. The same thing happened with the industry workers or the people who is working there. The person is operating the machine, but the output is very not the what we call the quality type. It will have the defects when he produces the 10 number of jobs, 10 number of the goods. Okay, and out of that 10, if there is a 5 is the defective piece, it means he is not concentrating on his work. Now is it only by the concentrating, that is only the reason? Now we need to find out it, and that is the purpose of total quality management. In that way, in this case, it is not only the person who is working on the machinery, it is only the defect of the person who is doing the work. But we need to find, is it only by the person or it is by the machinery? The machine which we are using, it might be the very old machine that he is used, and now he will not get that accuracy. And some of the person is very skilled, that's why they are adjust their the things, but the person who is another person who is working there, he is not properly adjust the things, and because of that one it will have the defects. The defect is because of the machinery. In another case, there is a number of things, number of reasons, and here, as a management, as a manager, the top management always try to find what will be the reason behind it. If they get the reason that yes, this will be this is the reason, then definitely you can improvise and we can reduce the defects of it. Okay, so for that one, the Duran concludes the management job is not a complete. So here we can say it is not a complete just because we are finding some defects. Okay, and the resulting defects are management controllable. Now, whatever be these defects that you can see, okay, all these can be manageable. All these can be manageable. How we can manage? It is managed by the management. Okay, so many managers believe that the bulk of defects are operator controllable. Many times it is the our always we have this thinking that the if anything is having any problem or any defects are found, then we can say it is by a colleague, it is by the teammate. Just like all the times in our family, if anything is happened wrong or something. If you break something in your home, then you always blame to your younger brother. The reason behind that, he is the person who just break that particular thing. So what we always show to the others, they because of them we have the problem, but that is not the true. Okay, all the times we can't say the operator is the person who is the main, who is the responsible for the defects of the goods or the product which he making. So, as per the Jurans, he said that many managers believe that bulk defect are operators controllable, but as per the Jurans research, it shows that the split of the defects are, and it can be given in terms of the percentage. If you see here the percentage of it, then you can see the management controllable over 80%, means the defects which is happening, the defects which are getting from defects in the goods, it is just because of the operator, but it can be managed. Yes, can't deny that it is not by the workers, it is by the worker, it is by the operator, whoever be there, but it can be controllable by a management. We can control that part, but who is control the top management, the top managers, who is the plant manager, all the bosses who is leading that particular group, they can be controlled. So over the 80% can be controlled. It means only the 20% to the operator controllable. And out of that 20, if you see again, some of the problems is related to the things which is connected with the management. So maximum part we can controllable on the basis of the decision taken, the right decision taken by the management, so that there should not be any other defective product that we manufactured. Or when we talk about the service, the same thing is happened there. If your organization or if you are working in a service sector, in that service sector always the person who is communicate with the customers is very very important, and what the service they give, and for that the politeness is very very important. If you have the person who is not a polite one, is very aggressive, then it is not possible for you to give the service, proper service. So that time you need to hear more than you have to speak in the service sectors. The same thing is happened with the manufacturing. In that one it is very aggressive, he has to have the very potential to work on it. Okay, now that is the reverse case, but it is depend on the sector to sector. But here we can say it can be manageable, it can be manageable by a management. Okay, so that's why the Juran's research, it will give the over 80% can be managed, it can be controllable by a management, and under only the operator controllable is under the 20%, only up to the 20%. But this is the one research by the Juran's, and from the Deming it will have another approach of it. It say that along almost the 94% belong to the management. It can be controllable by the management. It means the things which is happened wrong, or the quality, you will not get a quality, and that quality to be improvised, and that can be possible by taking a decision, right decision taken by a management. If they took the right decision, then definitely it will be helpful for improvising the quality of the goods and services. Okay, so 90, is about 94%, and only the 6% is controllable by the operators. And this is very very important. Even many times we need to think about it, because you say that why there is a problem. Is it a by the person who is working under you? All the time it is not necessary. He is the person who is responsible and total responsible. Then if the project shows that the defects lie within a domain the management controllable, then the diagnostic journey involves examining. It means, as the research said, it means they have to work on it. Okay, they just involve for research, and then they did the analysis of it, and on that basis they say that okay, the weak 80% can be controllable. It is means, for example, if the industry having a general manager, and there is only the one general manager, and on in his hand everything is depend, it can be managed. Now the person who is leading the organization, the person who is leading the industry, he has to take the serious notes about it, and he has to diagnose that thing. So wherever there is a found a defect, now he has to think how he can be, or their body team members of his from the top management, they can be think about it and diagnose the things. Okay, so that it can be controllable. The one thing, the system. So it involves examining what the system, the process, the methods, the policies, the equipments, the materials, things that only management can be changed. So the power for changing the system. System means what? The people who is working in the organization, in the industry, how they work it there, what is the atmosphere, the culture of the industry, the culture of the organization is very, very important. Many times you might be see that you get a good salary job, but the culture or atmosphere of that particular company is not good, and because of that one the people are not ready to work there, because they have the potential, they are the good the result oriented, they give the good output, 100% output, but just because of the culture of organization it will not suitable to him, and because of that one they will try to go away from that organization. So this is the big problem, the system. So who change the system? Definitely it is the management who have the power to change the system. So they should take the responsibility and diagnose the things that yes, something is happened wrong in our organization, we need to improvise the culture. And once you improvise the culture, what the quality, definitely it will build up. The second is the process. When we talk about the process, when it is say in a manufacturing sector, we can say that the in the process, what the process you are using to manufacture the product. In many cases it may be happen that the technology which you are using, it will be far old, and in that situation you will not get a result or the goods quality what you expected in this particular era, in this particular days. Okay, because the demand and the what we call the needs and expectation from your product, it will vary based on the change. Already I get the example of it. It's like when you are using with a analog one, now it is replaced by the digital one, and now again it is the modification, and nowadays it will be even a smartwatch. Okay, so from the analog to digital, and from digital to again the smart one. So this is the what the journey of that watch. Now the process you need to change it. You are now in this particular era in 2021, you will not produce the product which is the watch which is an analog one. And here we need to improvise the things. So the process continuously it is improvised. Now who will improvise the process? That definitely it is the decision by a management. The management would take the decision on this one, and on that basis the process get changed. The methods, it is the same one. The policies, what are the policies? Now previous days you might have the different policies, just like always the when we talk about the workers, especially the workers who is work in shift, the problem is to the hours, how many hours they have to work. They don't want to work more than 8 hours. Now, what is the policy? What is the policy? They other safety. We talk about the safety. They have some the facility of medical facility, insurances, and all the things. And because of that one, the people get satisfied. Just like we always talk about when chemical industry, there is a lot of pollution and the unsafe environment is there. Yes, that is true. But if you give the your and there is no problem, there is no compromising of safety. It means there is no accident can happen. Yes, it is a harmful, it may be the dangerous, but the technology what we are using in industry, the equipments and the other whatever is there, it will be very very safe. And the first is preference given to the safety, just like a Phenolics. In the Phenolics company, they always say the safety first. So that is the slogan. They always want to set the safety first. It means the maximum concentration they on the safety of the employee, the safety of the environment, and then the second they turn to the quality. Now, in the vision and mission, what they have the safety of the people who is working, and because of that one we are freely work there. When we don't have a botheration about safety, then definitely we can work freely, and when you work freely you can concentrate there, and when you concentrate, definitely you will get a good quality product, your efficiency get increased. So this is the policy. Another policy is when we talk about the insurances and all medical facilities and all, if you give the facility to their families, to their the dependent persons, then definitely they will be very happy, because if anything is happened, then the organization, the industry take care of their family. So he is freely work there. So policy is very very important. Then there is another policy, as I said, from the workers point of view, how much time that you are and what is the working hours of it and all. So there are the n number of issues and there, but you need to have a good policies which is a win-win situation to the management as well as the workers, so they always be happy. There should not be any crisis between the management and the union. So this is very important. Once there is a no crashes between the union and management, the company gets smoothly work there. Otherwise, the unions are continuously bombarding to the management, and they are always boycotting the things. They are not work properly. They will give the defective product. Definitely, it is their hand. All the time, the manager will not go there and see whether he is working properly or not. If there is certain defect, then he say yes, this is because of this one. It can be happen, but the losses is to the management. So here a policy is to be good for it, and that will be again that is also be depend on the management, and that can be controllable by the management. So who make the policies? The top management make the policies. The equipments, when we talk about the equipments, as I many times I gave the example that the equipment, if the faulty equipment given to the operate by the operator, and you are not change the equipment machinery, then he will not produce the product what the quality is required, because there be the something problem in the machinery. There is no proper maintenance, or it is the old machine that is to be used, and then definitely it will have the defective products it will produces by the machinery equipments. So who will change the machinery? Then obviously under the management have the power to change the machineries, change the equipment, because all the rights are given to the top management. So as the worker or the operator say that now the machine is not properly working, we need to change it. And when you do the inspection, you really find that yes, the machinery is very old, and because of the machinery we have defective products that we get. Now the management decision to change the machinery. Okay, the materials. Now many times when we talk about the raw materials, especially in chemical industries, the quality of the raw material is again the important part for making the quality of the product. Okay, so all the things is in a hand of only a management, and that management can be changed all the things. So here we can say the controllable defects by the management.